they love it and they want to come back, and that's why we've got 40,000+ this year.
Warren Buffett says he doesn't know when or how he got the nickname Oracle of Omaha, but it is fitting. People come from near and far to hear his advice. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Kevin Bowden.
I'm Megan Matthews. Tens of thousands of people from more than 50 countries attended today's annual Berkshire Hathaway shareholders meeting at the CenturyLink Center. Our own anchor, Jennifer Griswold, talked with Mr. Buffett one-on-one.
If you can look back 50 years ago, do you know any of the goals you had 50 years ago? Have you hit them? What were they?
Well, I didn't really have, my goals were really to do as well as I could managing money for other people. I mean, that was my job. So it really hasn't changed much. I was in Kiewit Plaza then, I'm in Kiewit Plaza now. I had an assistant then, now I have a new one, but that's taken 50 years to have two. And so it hasn't really changed that much. I just drive back and forth between 55th and Farnham and 36th and Farnham. Car can drive itself.
A simple man juxtaposed against his weekend, which has become a shopping frenzy.
We were looking at Borsheims yesterday, and people were bringing in $4 million rings to sell to some of the shareholders. Is there a personal purchase you can look back at, not business, not real estate, that was your most expensive, biggest splurge in life?
Well, the biggest splurge actually is having a part interest in a plane. I mean, that costs a lot of money, but I've gotten used to flying around. and I do a lot of things I wouldn't really do if I were flying commercially. This week, I was in New Orleans on Monday, I was in Atlanta on Wednesday, and it just makes life a lot easier.
Also touring the country, presidential candidates. Warren Buffett tells me he backs Hillary Clinton.
I think she's likely to be, but who knows? And I'll be very happy if she's the next president.
So you do support her then?
Absolutely.
His support pulls weight, but it's not his power or his net worth. He wants to leave as a legacy.
When people hear the name Warren Buffett in 50 years, what do you hope they say?
I hope they say he was the oldest guy that ever lived.
Anything else?
No, I like teaching. I'd like to be regarded as a teacher.
A lot has changed over 50 years, like the crowds. 41,000 people came here today. They had to use overflow rooms in the hotel across the street. Still, Buffett says the meeting will stay here in Omaha because it's home. Jennifer Griswold, KMTV Action 3 News.
Some aspiring investors were in that massive crowd today. Magana Mazumdar wrote to Buffett when she was 11 asking him about investing. He was delighted when he wrote her back. Now this 12-year-old has a portfolio valued at $40,000.
I got really interested in the stock market, so then I decided to write a letter to Mr. Buffett, and he actually responded, and he invited me to come here this year. Warren Buffett started investing when he was 11 too, so that just made me all the more excited to start at such a young age.
As for her future plans, she says perhaps to become the next big billionaire.
A Papillion construction worker is doing better tonight after a dangerous accident on the job. A medical helicopter took Alan Lewis to the hospital yesterday afternoon after his legs got pinned under a paving machine. Investigators say the man was working for MBC Construction in a subdivision near 72nd and Cornhusker when he got tangled in burlap connected to the paver. The 32-year-old has been upgraded to serious condition.
The attorneys for accused Creighton killer Anthony Garcia will ask a judge to grant separate trials. This is according to the Omaha World-Herald. Prosecutors say Garcia killed 2 people in 2008 and 2 more in 2013 as revenge for his being fired from Creighton's pathology department. Garcia's lawyer said trying the 4 cases together could unfairly influence a jury. That request is expected on Monday.
An Omaha teen is recovering after someone shot him. He got a big boost tonight. Tyrus Harris, an honor roll student and football player, is a senior at North High.
He says things have been hard since doctors gave him a grim diagnosis, but tonight he got to forget all about it. Emily Zink is back from Lincoln and live in our studio with the story.
Well, guys, there wasn't a dry eye in the room this evening at the Madonna Rehab Center as friends and family of Tyrus Harris gave him a surprise he will never forget. North High's prom may have been 2 weeks ago, but not everyone got to experience the Great Gatsby affair.
It was so sad the night of his prom on April 18th.
Senior Tyrus Harris had to miss the special night. Harris has been recovering at the Madonna Rehab Center in Lincoln after police say he was shot by a classmate at the end of March. He is now paralyzed from his torso down.
I've been waiting on this night. I've been anticipating it. I've been waiting on it because I was ready to see the smile on his face.
Little did Tyrus know he was still getting a senior prom. Tonight was Tyrus's night. He even got to rock the tux he picked out a few months back.
With this happening to me, I wasn't able to go, but I'm glad that it still came to me, though.
Tyrus's girlfriend Shakira had a lot to do with the special surprise.
I love you.
Bringing prom to him probably means the world to him right now. So he came in with a smile on his face, and that's all I wanted to see.
The high school football state champion and honor roll student says the past few weeks have been a struggle, but he still has so much to be thankful for.
I just think back and reflect back of just being here and being alive, and that's enough for me.
Tyrus's mother, Melody, says there is a reason her son survived. God has a special plan for him.
He still can do anything he put his mind to. I don't have no doubt in my mind that my son will not be successful.
As for Tyrus's plan after he graduates high school this year,
I'm going to college to study business.
big things are in store for Tyrus, but tonight he gets to focus on being a high schooler.
Tyrus Harris and Shakira Pierce, you are officially our 2015 Prom King and Queen.
That was so special to see. Tyrus says he will graduate with his class this year. Next weekend, a fundraiser is planned for he and his family at North High School from 1 until 3 in the afternoon. Live in the News Center, Emily Zink, KMTV Action 3 News.
Good to see him smile. Thanks, Emily. An Omaha teenager will have to stand trial for admitting to shooting Tyrus Harris. 17-year-old Kim Leach is facing felony assault and gun charges. Prosecutors accuse him of shooting the North High football player. Leach told investigators he shot Harris 3 times following an argument in March. 2 others face charges in the connection to the shooting.
An Omaha group has released a music video with a clear goal in mind.
Took a brother's life with a knife as his wife cried 'cause he died a trifling death when he left.
It features Omaha City Councilman Ben Gray. The group, Project Knows, produced the video as part of its No Murders in May campaign. There weren't any gun-related murders in the city of Omaha in April.
There are more protests tonight in Baltimore. These people marched in the streets before the city's curfew went into effect about an hour ago. Earlier today, 1,000 people rallied in the same place where rioters looted several stores. 6 police officers were charged yesterday with homicide in connection with the death of Freddie Gray, who died while in police custody last month.
We're minutes away from the richest fight ever in boxing, but today there were plenty of jabs outside the ring along the Las Vegas Strip. Dozens of people rallied outside the MGM Grand Hotel and Casino, where the fight will take place tonight, calling for Mayweather to account for his history of domestic violence. The boxer has been found guilty in several cases where he assaulted women. Floyd Mayweather will make $180 million on tonight's fight. Manny Pacquiao will take the rest of the roughly $300 million purse. A celebration in the streets in Omaha today. Food, music, and culture lit up the city.
Where the Cinco de Mayo party started and will continue through the weekend.
Plus, it's a day many people in Omaha will never forget. Today, those who lived through it reunited. We'll take you to the 40th anniversary of the 1975 tornado next.
30 minutes in May. That's all the time it took to change a landscape in Omaha and to leave an indelible mark on the memories of those who lived through it.
Having a tornado come up 72nd Street was going right at us.
30 minutes in May, Tuesday live at 10.
Think back on all the moments you've had in your kitchen, the center point of your home. Good news, bad news, failed recipes, important announcements. It's time to fully remodel this very special room. Beautiful cabinetry, a large island, new countertops, all that and more can be yours when you team up with the expert designers at Rebath 5-Day Kitchens. You deserve the kitchen of your dreams. Rebath does it all, even complete kitchen remodels. Rebath and 5-Day Kitchens. Visit us at myheartlandhome.com.
You see it everywhere nowadays. We call it the yield bump. It's a grower's way of saying you made a good decision. Because when you treat young corn with an early season application of Stratego Yield fungicide, you get stronger stalks, healthier fields, and even higher yields. So get a jump on your yield bump with Stratego Yield Early Season.
We had no business plan. We had no money. My brother and I saw an opportunity and decided to go for it. We're really passionate about what we make. And although the paper bag business doesn't sound that interesting, it can be. Impact was started by a family. We put family first. Whether you're related or not, you're treated as a part of the Impact family. Bank of the West understands our values. And when we walk into the bank, we feel like family.
You bring your car to Jensen. Smart. You know what else is smart? Going to JensenTireandAuto.com.
For information on tires and auto service, locations, and hours.
JensenTireandAuto.com.
For fantastic savings on tires and auto service.
JensenTireandAuto.com.
Sign up for super saving email specials.
JensenTireandAuto.com for the long, healthy life of your car.
Now at Jensen Tire and Auto, buy any set of 4 Michelin passenger or light truck tires, including the Michelin Premier All-Season Tire, and get a $70 MasterCard reward card. Now at Jensen.
The Butterburger is made of just 3 cuts of fresh Midwest beef. Nothing more, nothing less. So we got the sirloin, the chuck, and the plate. No fillers, that's it.
All price cuts, all well marbled for richness and flavor.
This is where those 3 wonderful cuts of beef come together.
You can just tell that blend is working in there.
And we sear them, and that seals in the juices of the burger.
It doesn't get any better than that.
And that's the Culver's Butterburger. Welcome to Delicious.
Is your air conditioner ready for summer? Call Controlled Comfort to keep the air in your home cool all summer long.
Controlled Comfort keeps it under control. Yeah.
You're watching KMTV Action 3 News with Megan Matthews, Kevin Boughton, weather with meteorologist John Walsh, and sports with Garrett Gordon. This is KMTV Action 3 News Weekend.
People in South Omaha today lined the streets to celebrate Cinco de Mayo. Celebrations kicked off last night with the crowning of the Cinco de Mayo Queen. People in that neighborhood say cultural celebrations are an important part of the fabric of that community.
Really important. I think that it's good to see that they have a linkage to the past, but they're also becoming part of the American culture.
Food, music, and fun will be on full display all weekend long. You can find out more about those festivities on our website, KMTV.com.
John, I was coming back from downtown tonight to the station. I saw some lightning to the west of us in the distance.
Yeah, the storms formed out around Platte County and just kept coming. Sunset came and went, and they were still rolling in here. And